Hello, we're here at Finovate Europe in London. I'm David Penn, research analyst with Finovate. Joining me is Ben Goldin. He is founder and CEO of Plumery. Ben, thanks for sitting down with us for a little bit.
Likewise, thank you for having me, David.
I thought maybe to start off, you could tell us just a little bit about Plumery and the work that you do?
Sure, absolutely. So Plumery is a digital banking company. We've built a technology that we call Digital Success Fabric. And the mission of Digital Success Fabric is to modernize banking experience and essentially democratize access to delightful experience for financial institutions globally.
Interesting. I wanted to talk with you about the concept of lifestyle banking and how it's evolved. Could you maybe elaborate on that concept and again talk about how it's been growing?
Yeah, absolutely. So lifestyle banking came a long way from being super apps, right? And what is the difference? Super apps, it's essentially an umbrella application with a bunch of likely disjoint functionalities, right? Travel functionalities, bill payment functionalities, and other type of functionalities that are disjoint and can be just accessed under one umbrella. Lifestyle banking, on the contrary, is a seamlessly integrated daily life functionalities into a traditional banking functionalities, right? And traditional banking applications, right? Means you can have your travel related functionality blended very well with your accounts and your transactions and your payments and your cards especially.
Right, very interesting. There's been so much talk about super apps in other parts of the world, and it's interesting to see lifestyle banking as an evolution beyond that. So very interesting. I'm curious, what role do technologies like AI and strategies like hyper-personalisation play in really transforming the customer experience, in your opinion?
Yeah, so AI has been around for a while, and companies like Netflix and Spotify really mastered personalization aspects leveraging AI. However, it wasn't accessible yet to other industries, not much, right? So we haven't seen a lot of personalization happening in banking. With acceleration in that space, with availability of GenAI and large language models, it became easier to start using the same type of capability across different segments, right? So we'll start seeing more of this happening in industries where applications were typically a little bit more static, right, and just providing basic functionalities. And that I think is going to be a big contribution towards personalization, hyper-personalization in banking specifically.
Interesting, yes. AI and personalization, huge trends as we mentioned. I'm curious, are there other trends in digital banking that you also think are maybe important, particularly this year, that are starting to come to the surface?
You know, David, this might sound boring, but I believe indeed GenAI will be the biggest change and advancement that will drive a lot of aspects in banking, not just aspects that customers see, but also aspects that are happening behind the scenes, making work of bank employees more efficient, optimizing internal processes, anything from regulatory reporting to liquidity and treasury management functionalities to payments and fraud detection and compliance related to AML. And all these things will be in one or the other way affected, not just this year, but probably in the next decade or so. Of course, there will be things happening in the areas that are transforming still, right? Like instant payments, open finance and open banking. This is still very important, and there will be a lot of advancement happening there as well. But I think we are past the point of revolution in these areas. However, all other areas will be significantly impacted by GenAI, and we'll see a lot of transformational change happening there.
Now that makes a lot of sense. I know that there's a lot of interest about other forms of AI that are coming up, and it's almost as if we're forgetting about all the things with GenAI that we still have really not tapped into just yet. So I think it's an excellent point. I'd like to talk a little bit about digital modernization. What are some of the challenges that banks, financial institutions are facing when it comes to doing really effective and efficient digital modernization?
Yeah, I think traditional banks are still held back by legacy approaches to modernization, lengthy vendor implementation cycles, all or nothing type of approaches, but also lack of flexibility with their current architectures and current solutions that they leverage. I think it's very important for banks to embrace progressive modernization and really focus on things that are close to their customers and do one thing at a time instead of trying to replace the entire infrastructure at once.
That makes a lot of sense. I'm thinking maybe by wrapping up, if we could talk a little about the future, and maybe if you had a message, given your work and your experience for banks, when they're talking about how do they future-proof the digital modernization effort, what would you recommend in that respect?
Well, I think it's very important to divide and conquer, right? It's like always, really focusing on things that are close to customers and build around customers, right? In a customer-centric way. Applied approaches like progressive modernization, look at innovation, look at the ways to embrace working with modern companies, startups, fintechs, rather than just opting for the approaches that have been working for the last 20 years, just working with established companies and just doing a huge transformation programs that are lasting 2 years or so, right? So that's would be, I believe is important.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well put. Well, thank you for sitting down and spending a little time and sharing your insights with us.
Absolutely. Thank you, David. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And thank you.